I almost feel ashamed. This thing is so dirty right now. She's been sitting out uncovered. It's a tragedy. So basically, here's what's up. Scarlett is sick right now. And by sick, I mean the Yamaha. First gear is touchy. People say first gear is touchy on a sport bike. I'm like, yeah, that's true. But you get on a cruiser that's got such, a small first gear, and if you get anywhere, like even slightly rolling with it at that point, engine braking is just ridiculous. Anyways, I can't see any. Oh, there's a tractor trailer coming. I better stick back. Am I ever going to make it out of here? I'm never going to make it out of here, am I? Thank you very much. Now I'm going to sit here forever. This makes for a very exciting video. Should have gone a different direction. Basically, what has been happening right now is, like I said, Scarlett is sick. The Yamaha dealership basically sold me a bike with a bad battery. It's a used bike, so that doesn't fully surprise me. Hooray, maybe. I hear sirens now. It's coming from behind us, isn't it? This is exciting. Somebody's gonna die because of this tractor trailer now. Somebody's suffering a heart attack and the ambulance could not get there fast enough because of the tractor trailer. I'm still stuck sitting here. This sucks. Alright, I decided to go straight because I'm not playing with that tractor trailer right now. So we'll turn down a sketchy alleyway or something, figure things out from there. Woo! What's up, bro? I want to ride your skateboard. Okay, so, where was I? Oh no, I can't go this way. What in the heck? What street am I on? I know where I want to go, and I have no idea where I am. This is... okay. So, as I've tried to explain for the third time now, in the mere 3 minutes it's taken me to actually get anywhere, or what should have been 3 minutes ended up being like 10, sitting at that stupid light. Scarlett is sick. The dealer sold me a bike with a bad battery. Basically... oh no, there's a tractor trailer! Basically, when I test rode the R6, the dealer went to start it up, and it did not start up right away. Like, most bikes, save for like this stupid thing because it's carbureted, bikes with like fuel injection and electric systems and whatnot, when you press the starter, it's like, press and there you go, you're good, you're rolling. This R6, you press and you hold it and wait for it to turn over, wait for it to crank again. It's like it does its initial turnover, cranks a few times, and then you let go of the button, or else it's going to die. And I told them, hey, I want that looked at and I want that fixed, because that's not how it's supposed to be. And they're like, yeah, of course. So, went to take the bike home, it did the same thing, and I was kind of like, okay, like, it must not be anything major. That was my first mistake. I should have stopped them and been like, yo, I told y'all to fix this, and it's not fixed. I'm not taking this bike home. You keep it here. You fix it and tell me when I can come pick it up, and I'm not paying a penny more. I don't care what's wrong with it. That's what I should have done, but I was stupid and just anxious to go home on my nice new R6. By new, I mean used, but new for me. So, no, that same truck up there is trying to make a left turn again on a road that, at least coming from the other way, says no trucks. Or no right turns for trucks, I guess, trying to get on that road because it is a really small road. But, my mirror is all out of whack. There we go. So, I rode the R6 home, didn't have a problem with it. I mean, it would start and stop, no problem. It's just quirky with starting. You had to hold in the button for a while, and I was like, okay, whatever. So, it was quirky, and it wasn't a big deal. Until, of course, I went to North Carolina for job training. I came back and went for a ride, like, the night that I got back. I went for, like, a real quick half-hour ride, no problem at all. Got back to my apartment, went to park it, and just because I love the sound of the thing, and I'm a nerd like that, I went and tried to flick it on again, and it wouldn't start. So I ended up yanking the battery out and recharging it, thinking, the battery just kind of fizzled out while I was away. And, went out for another ride, like, the next day or later that weekend. Went on, like, a 70-mile ride, and, it stalled out when I was, 50 miles from home, basically. Where are you turning left to? That doesn't even make any sense. So basically, I had to roll start it in a parking lot. Thankfully, I was parked on a hill. There we go. That's what's up. Y'all are probably wondering what I'm doing right now. Just wait for it. You will see the amazingness. So, basically I determined that the battery is unreliable. I'm really hoping it's a battery and not, say, the alternator or something. We will know once I put this new battery in it, because if it is the alternator, I'm basically going to walk into Yamaha and get arrested for public disturbance or something like that. Disturbing the peace. So, yeah, I'll have to explain this part of the story then, because y'all are like, wait, he just pulled a battery out of a grill. So I called Yamaha today while I was out driving around for work, because on my job I do a lot of driving, and when you've got, an hour between destinations, you really have nothing better to do but drive on a highway and talk to somebody on the phone. So I called Yamaha, got the same guy that sold me the bike, and was like, hey, I have a question about the R6. He's like, yeah, sure. And I said, I've owned it for what, about 2 weeks now? Like, how many times do you figure I would have had to have roll started it in those 2 weeks? And he was like, oh, I'm not sure what you mean. And I was like, I mean, I had to roll that thing down a hill and pop it into second and just dump the clutch in order for it to start because the ignition was not working. Remember that ignition y'all told me you would fix? It's not fixed. And he was like, well, let me transfer you to our service department. I basically got transferred to the service department, told him what was wrong, and he was like, well, yeah, when can you bring the bike in? We can take a look at it, da-da-da. And I said, well, hold on. How much is this going to cost me? Because this is something that should not have even been broken in the first place. You shouldn't be selling a broken product. And especially after they talked about the Yamaha dealership was the 72nd best in the nation, and they have like 3, gold star certified mechanics on duty there, or is it 5? Like, the dude talked this place up immensely. So I figured, I would be getting a solid bike. If something's wrong with it, they're going to fix it. Because that is the moral and responsible thing to do. You don't sell a broken product. You fix it. To me, that's common sense. If your product is broken, you fix it before putting it out there, or you're going to end up with a very pissed off customer who's never coming back. AKA me. So I went through this, I basically talked to the guy and said, how much is this going to cost me? And he told me, well, the bikes are sold as is. Let me talk to my manager. So he put me on hold. So he gets back and, what gear am I in? There's neutral. He gets back and says, yeah, like I said, the bikes are sold as is, but bring the bike in, we'll take a look at it and see what's wrong with it, and we'll figure out what can be done. And to me, that just said, bring the bike in and you're not getting anything for free, because it's really not our problem anymore. But we want your service, of course, because we want your money. So I said, okay, I'll think about bringing it in Saturday. Right after I got off the phone with them, I call up my local bike shop where we just stopped. Sport Bike Specialties, like locally owned, real small, real legit. If you're in the Hanover area, I highly recommend them.